What does it take to become an F1 driver? Is it consistency, speed, money, talent, all of the above? My goal is to see how I can be racing as efficiently as possible. Racing is a very expensive sport. People tell you the only way to become a billionaire or a millionaire through racing is by starting off as a millionaire, blah 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 blah. That's not true, buddy. You're forgetting the biggest factor. Me. I'm currently on my way to Les Circuits Cuyon. There's gonna be 2 races today. It's part of a championship. I don't know if I'm gonna compete in the entire championship. Last week I decided, you know what? I will no longer be a loser. I will not be the guy who sits there and says, I could have been. I could still be the loser who says I could have been, but like, at least I tried. The goal is maximize value. Last time I went to an Amigo karting session, I spent an hour just sending it around the track. It was $100. It is a lot of money, yes. Honestly, the best value you can get when you don't own an engine. Each race is gonna be $75, and then the entry fee for the season is gonna be $75. What's the goal? Winning, obviously. The goal is to try and get back in the groove of racing, get a feel of the kart, get a feel of the track, because I have never been to that track actually. So I've arrived at the track. I actually coincidentally ran into one of my old coaches. Right now I'm just hanging out with him, helping him out with his kart. Not doing much helping though, just chilling. It's pretty hot out here. The race should start in an hour or so, or the practice at least. We'll go from there.
Come and have a seat. Let's go. Just pick a cart.
Are the seats adjustable at all?
If you feel it's too far, we can put you in another cart. Go ahead, move down.
So the session we're about to go out on is going to be half practice, half qualifying. Once qualifying is done, we'll get our positions and go out for the race. I honestly have no idea how I didn't see the massive patch of missing rubber on the tire. And as I'm exiting the pit lane, I always jab the brakes just to get a feel of how the brakes are, and I feel absolutely nothing. And with no brakes, I decided to give it one more go just to try and set a fast lap with this kart. And as I approach the corner, I hit the brakes and absolutely nothing. I miss my entry. It's cooked. This lap is done. As I approach the second sharp corner, hit the brakes, nothing. I missed the entry once again. So I decide to pit. And as I'm entering the pit lane, I slam the brakes, and as you can see, it stops on a dime. Once again, let's see that braking performance. Impressive. And I noticed the patch just in time. You're right, what do I know? I'm just the driver. And once again, I hit the brakes and instant lockup. It's like an on and off switch. You know what? It's fine. That's nowhere near as bad as having no brakes. So I decided to just lift a bit here since he already had the corner, and I was just gonna catch him on the next turn. Oh, wait, yo, where are you going, man? Come back. Hey, there's no hope. This kart is so slow. I really didn't want to be the guy who pits and switches karts every single time, so I decided to thug it out. But there's only so much a human can tolerate. I was getting smoked in the straights. I was getting smoked on the exit. And this guy completely fumbled his entry, but he still smoked me on the exit. The session was finally over and I can finally switch karts. This is now my third kart. Nothing can possibly... Oh wait, okay, switching karts. So I'm now in the fourth kart. I have no practice, no idea what to expect. So I'm just zipping around, trying to get a feel for the steering, trying to get a feel of the brakes. I'm trying to do as much practice as possible in this one out lap. I'm now locked in. Nothing can possibly go wrong.
I think I'm out of gas.
So what exactly happened? The person in 6th place fumbled the start, so I overtook him instantly. I then knocked the GoPro over. As I started to get used to my kart, I started battling with the person in 5th place. It was pretty close up until...
I think I'm out of gas. So it's been a month. Since then, as you can see, I haven't been doing too well. I haven't had the motivation to take care of my face, shave my beautiful beard. I have had no motivation since that embarrassment. Speed, money, talent. I forgot the most important one, luck. I have spoken to Zach since that race. Zach is the person who I met at the track. I was able to organize an epic race between the two of us. It would be difficult to compare lap times because he is heavier than me. However, it would give me a good idea of where I stand as a racing driver. What he doesn't know is if I lose this race, I'm quitting. I'm no longer racing ever again. To win this race, I've came up with a very simple plan involving 5 simple steps. Step 1 was simple. Get a good night's sleep. I just woke up, did not sleep much. I was grinding Clash Royale all night, which is not ideal, but I'm not losing today. Step 1 didn't go as planned, but that didn't stop me from getting to work on step number 2. But while the car warms up, I'd like to take this opportunity to just speak my mind out a bit. It's very cloudy, it's pretty wet, it already rained. The forecast says that it's going to be raining for the next 2 hours, which is not great because of the weight difference. However, I will be taking that into consideration, of course, when it comes to the lap times. 3 goals today: win the races, get the fastest average lap. There was a 3rd goal, but I actually forgot what it was, so I'll probably voiceover right now.
Hello guys, it's me. I actually forgot what the third thing was, but it's okay. Bye bye.
Don't mind the hat. The hat is just so that my hair doesn't go in my eyes. I don't actually think I look cool. Just arrived at the track. I'm about to destroy his entire morale with this. It was finally time to execute part 2 of the plan. Intimidation. Bonjour, monsieur. Consider this an early birthday gift.
What is this?
Mr. Beast out here, bro.
Oh my god, here we go. You wait and learn, thank you.
Playtime is over. Time to get on the track. But before I do, I have to spam some emotes. This tactic has never failed me in Clash Royale. Yeah, that was a pretty good emote. I'll probably use it next time. So this track is pretty simple and fun. It starts off on the back straight, then turns into turn 1, which is a right hairpin. So the exit is the most important part from turn 1 because after turn 1 there's going to be a pretty long curvy straight which leads you to a NASCAR type curve, which is also a pretty high speed curve. No braking required, but let's call it turn 2. This is a really fast paced track, which is something I really enjoy. Turn 3 is a right hairpin followed very closely by turn 4, which is a hairpin turning left, which leads us back to the main straight. Once again, getting the exit right on this turn is pretty important since the back straight is pretty long. So I used the first 10 minutes of the session to get some practice in and get used to the kart, and once I felt like I was comfortable, I slowed down so that Zach can catch up, and then the race was officially on. And as he was passing me, he decides to emote. Believe me when I say it took every ounce of muscle in my body not to T-bone him right then and there. Now keep in mind, this is a very experienced racing driver, so not any move would work on him. As you see, I take the outside line to compromise his entry, but he instantly returns the favor. Since it was only the two of us racing, there was literally nothing preventing him from doing this move. So on the next lap, I decided to go for the inside line. However, the person in front was too slow, so I had to back off, allowing him to undercut me. But it wasn't over yet, so I go for the dive bomb from 20 kilometers away, and obviously it doesn't go according to plan. He gets a much better exit than me. But it's all good. This is a long race at the end of the day, and all I need to do is just be patient. After the long straight, I try to go for a move around the outside, but he obviously blocks it very easily. I had great speed on the straight, so I decided to take full advantage of it, as you can see. But it doesn't matter because he was going to defend even if it meant eliminating. It was obvious to me that I cannot overtake him by myself. I needed teamwork. And as I spot this man coming around the corner, I just knew I had to jump in that slipstream. And that is exactly what I do. I take the inside line and boom, I'm in the slipstream. I'm now going to overtake this menace. Or so I thought. It wasn't long enough before he turned around to see that he was aiding an enemy of the Zach. And just like any good Samaritan, he just goes out of my way, robbing me of my slipstream advantage. But then it occurred to me that this is the perfect opportunity to practice bump drafting. And it wasn't long before we encountered our first victim, and he was instantly annihilated. But in the midst of all the fun, Zach forgot one important factor. He was racing against me, the greatest of all time. I take the outside line, then never mind. I guess I never had that corner anyways, but it's okay. I'm just gonna give him a slipstream. We were able to gain a lot on the people around us on the track from bump drafting, but I see a window, and if you don't go for a gap which exists, you are no longer racing driver. You see this, Zach? I know you're watching this video. Everybody on the track knew I was the greatest, even this guy. Look at him turn around, turn around, turn around. Thanks to my weight advantage and the booty engine which Zach was blessed with on the track, he stood no chance. I was gone. But I started feeling lonely. I started to remember the good days. There was nobody for me to race against. I was truly suffering from success, so I just let him pass again. And as you see, he taps the helmet, just acknowledging how great of a driver I am. That's exactly what it means, by the way. If you're new to driving, tapping the helmet means you are the best in the world. Seeing that gesture of kindness made me no longer want to race him as an enemy, but to race him as a teammate. We were unstoppable. From the second we lock eyes on a target, I'm sure he felt the aura of us just like surging through his veins. But what Zach did not know was I am gonna go for another epic overtake. Look at this guy, completely clueless of what I have just done. Oh wait, never mind. Cute. But I guess it's true that with every cute gesture, there's always sick intent behind it. This man is attempting to assassinate me for the 10 trillionth time. And just like in the movies, I just get an epic flashback and I just go for a different line so he doesn't send me into the pits again. Going up against someone of that skill level requires patience. It's like a chess match. You just need to slip behind the slipstream and just have to like tank it up until boom, you take the inside line, you close the inside, and that, my friends, is how you overtake the master of defense, or as my best friend Mike Tyson says, the impregnable defense. Bye bye, Zaccaroni. I just hit him with a quick emote of bye bye, and I hit a celebratory drift. Hey, bro, this guy, hey, what are you doing? Bro, what is this guy doing? Look at his smile. This guy's trying to kill me. At this point, I was no longer driving for fun or for the win or for the love of the game. I was just driving for my life, man. Look at this. My line was perfect, and it had to be perfect because one slip up, one mistake, and Zach was gonna send me into the wall, and it would have been over. But a man like me shines in the face of danger. Look at that exit speed. Beautiful. I guess I need to improve a bit on this corner because I could widen my entry just a bit so that I can carry more speed, but unfortunately, no matter how good I am, some days you just get lucky. I just barely avoided that. Look at how close he is. I cannot allow for any other mistake. I guess that drift was a bit too epic. I ended up losing the tire.
Yo, yours was so fast.
Could use a lot more rear grip, but
Well, yeah, you have a fucking flat.
see how bouncy it was around this turn.
Yeah, I was always in front of you, bro.
So, sir, do we have any commentation, stuff like that?
Yeah, my go-kart sucked, but the driver in front of me sucked more, so I won.
Hello. It's me. I just wanted to take this quick video so that I can conclude and put an end to this abomination of a YouTube video. So, am I gonna quit racing? Hell nah! Racing with Zach reminded me why I enjoy racing. I've always loved the feeling behind the wheel of a cart. Or a car, or any, so in case you want to sponsor. I truly still feel like I still have a fire inside of me which just needs to be extinguished. With that said, I have amazing news! I have actually taken the liberty to register in a league, a racing league. The Amigo Karting Racing League. I did want to mention, just to be fair to the owners at the track at Couillon Circuit, they did give me a full refund. That was pretty nice of them. If you've made it this far into the video, that means you are either not breathing or I am the greatest YouTuber of all time, and you should follow me right now, subscribe, like, everything, all of the above.
What about now?
Yeah, it is.
Perfect.
Red,
Okay.
right?
Thank you.
We're gonna be famous.
Don't try.